Hello and welcome to the Oxygen Kingdom. In the last episode we produced gold for the king. And you would think he was happy, but he's been constantly complaining about the lack of meat in his diet. So I guess we know what our priority is for the day. I've completed research on an airlock. I explained that just beyond the little gold pieces we found, there's a very polluted area. Before we get over, we want to make sure the store's in place. The grooms builds the door. After the door is in place, it's time to get into this new area. Find out exactly how stinky it is. So the grooms knocks out a piece of gold amalgam, and it indeed is pretty nasty in there. But I also want to get to the teleportation equipment, so we're going to do some more digging through this nasty area. For the last little while, the guard has been sick. After chatting with them, I realized they're covered in germs. In order to limit the amount of sickness, I decided to research sanitization. The Herald digs out a path to the teleportation equipment. I have a closer inspection of this. Where does it go? After some reading, I find it goes to a nearby asteroid. This could be very useful. Maybe there's resources here we'll need to survive. The next morning, the king needs to make a decision. He has to decide who's going to go on a mission, find out where this teleporter goes. He decides to send over the Herald. The Herald wakes up and approaches the teleportation equipment. The Herald enters the teleporter. They hit a button called teleport, and that sends them on their way to the nearby asteroid. I'm so curious what they're going to find over there. When they arrive, they find there's a strange cryo tank. I wonder what is inside that. After the Herald opened this strange tank, they found the king's farmer. King's farmer went missing years ago after investigating crop circles in the field. After the Herald and farmer build both an outhouse and a cot, they decide to send one of them back to visit the others, to give them an update of their situation. They decide that farmer's going to go, because farmer's not caught up with the rest of the team in forever. Once farmer arrives, they're actually trapped. Oh no. The rest of the subjects have to dig a path down so they can get to their friend, which they don't yet know is the farmer. I hear yelling down below the teleportation equipment. I think it must be the Herald. Let's dig them out. After the farmer actually destroys the tile that's blocking them, we realize, oh my goodness, it's the farmer. Farmer's really hungry. Let's build a ladder so they can get back up. We've become reunited with the farmer after being missing for so long. The group is really excited to see them. I also have recovered enough magic to bring someone over on this asteroid as well. We decide to bring over the physician. The dupes are starting to get a little bit sick over here. I also completed research on a washroom. Better get constructing that. After some celebrations, the farmer decides I could specialize in farming, but the king says, no, I want to be eating meat. You're going to concentrate on ranching. King also decides that the smith should learn a little bit more about those electrical circuits we're building. And the physician, well, of course, they're going to concentrate on doctoring. The king themselves is going to specialize in rocketry. They've heard about this technology that this old civilization had, of ships that would fly in space. They're very interested. The next morning, the farmer starts to learn how to wrangle critters. After some wrangling, the farmer tries to learn how to groom some of the new critters. With the fear a plague might strike us, we decide to put all our resources into building a washroom, so we'll be much more sanitary. After investigating the first lavatory and sink, I realized we need pipes to put water in. Running water in pipes? This old civilization really had it good. Farmer has gotten sick. This new washroom can't come soon enough. While everyone else builds a washroom, I decide to research a liquid reservoir. We're going to need some place to store our waste. We finally hear from the heralds. They built this mini pod and it allows them to communicate with us. They explain the fact that they created a mess hall for them, but the teleportation equipment hasn't charged, so they can't get home to us just yet. These pipes are fascinating. I'm not entirely sure how it's all going to work. All I seem to understand is we need a pump wherever water is and direct that towards the washroom. Takes a little bit longer to build than anything we've done so far. We get a strange report from the Herald. Apparently there's a critter that seems to be outputting power. They also find teleportation equipment, but this is for material instead of us. Our food supply starts getting low. I wonder if the king is regretting not growing anything. Probably not, since he doesn't consider anything but meat food. So we start looking for buried objects that might contain some gross, disgusting food. Got enough magic to bring someone else over to this asteroid. It's probably a good idea to bring over the king's cook. That may help solve our food issues we're having. We get the pump turned on. It actually puts water in the pipe. This is so exciting. That water heads towards the washroom. Now it's time to worry about the pipes that go out of it to store our waste. The washroom is complete. All that's left is for the smith to actually finish the liquid reservoir. We've got a full stable of hatches, so we start working on a second stable. This is going to mean more meat. The king's going to be happy. I have a discussion with the smith. We think we can increase the amount of power we get from the manual generator. I just need to research a power control station. Our new washroom proves very effective. Not only are the lavatories more hygienic, but the sinks make it much easier to wash our hands and keep us clean. Well, that is episode 3. Thanks anyone for watching, liking, subscribing, and hopefully I will see you later on while this kingdom expands this colony. Until then.